This lesson will cover two comma rules, the I am, comma, I rule and the omit rule. Now, if you try to look up these rules in a grammar book, you won't find them. I devised these formulas to help keep comma placement simple. The base of the formula is I. I is an independent clause or simple sentence. A simple sentence has only one set of subjects and verbs. In each case, there is only one set doing one thing. Now, let's move to the first formula, I am, comma, I. The I am stands for introductory material. So, the formula says that a comma is needed to set off introductory material from an independent clause. In a grammar book, you would find introductory adverbial phrases or clauses. These phrases or clauses answer the questions when, where, and to what extent. In these examples, you will see each of the questions addressed. When did I go? Yesterday. Where do we have fun? Mrs. E's room. To what extent did I lose my keys? Unfortunately. Choosing this sentence structure stresses the importance of the information in the introductory material. In this sentence, it is important to note that I went to the game. In this sentence, the important information is that I went yesterday. Sometimes you just need an additional tool in your writing arsenal that will allow you to easily vary your sentence structure. This method can help keep your reader interested in the topic. The second rule for this lesson is the omit rule. This rule states that you should put commas around additional information that is not vital to the sentence's overall meaning. If you want more information on this rule, you would look up essential and non-essential clauses, appositives, verbals, and adverbial clauses. Here's an example. The focus is that Mrs. E uses Chromebooks in class. The fact that she is the best teacher in the school is unnecessary information, or not essential to the meaning of the sentence. It is important to note that the main subject and main verb will not be in the material that can be omitted. Let's look at our sentence again. The subject is Mrs. E. The verb is uses. Since we can take out the best teacher at AG, that phrase cannot contain a vital part of the independent clause. Don't be fooled, though. Some sentences may look like they are adding additional information, but the phrase or clause is still needed in order to maintain the clarity of the sentence. Here's an example. The girl with blonde hair rides my bus. The subject is girl, and the verb is rides, so you could omit the phrase with the blonde hair. But if you did, you wouldn't have the original meaning of the sentence. This phrase clarifies which girl you are referring to. Therefore, you wouldn't use commas. This is an example of an essential phrase. Relative pronouns tend to give students problems where commas are concerned. My 90% rule, which means that if you follow these basics, you'll be right 90% of the time, is this. Always use a comma with the word which. Never use a comma with the word that. And understand the context when you use the word who. Let's start with which. This pronoun is usually added when you want to add additional information about a thing. Here's your example. The clause, which is believed to have been formed during Noah's flood, is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. Commas are needed. By the way, Grand Canyon is the subject and is the verb. The pronoun that is typically used to expand on the essential information in a sentence. In this example, the clause that makes it easier to study the Earth's history explains the geologic value of the Grand Canyon. Don't use a comma. When you use the pronoun who, make sure you understand why you are using it. In this sentence, you don't need to know what room Mrs. E teaches in. That is non-essential information, so commas are needed. Here, the clause who were absent defines the subject, students. This clause is essential information because only those few students who were absent need to make up the test. So the next question you should ask is, can I break these rules? As readers, we don't typically see authors, good authors, breaking the omit rule. This rule really helps clarify meaning. I have noticed, however, that more reputable authors are beginning to break the I am, I rule in very short sentences. Typically, young adult authors and action authors are the ones who are leaving out that introductory material comma. Without the comma, the text has a sense of urgency, which plays nicely with young adult drama and action adventure. In academic writing, my suggestion is that you follow the rules. In a personal piece of academic writing like a persuasive essay or an argument, you might try breaking the I am, I rule if you want to promote a sense of urgency. This could help you in developing your personal writing voice. But as always, if in doubt, don't break the rule.